Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon, Lukman. How are you doing?
Bosses, good afternoon. We are fine.
Olumide, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, sir.
iPhone, good afternoon to you too.
Which one is iPhone?
Well, that's what I can see with iPhone. That's the name that is showing.
What
Yes, good afternoon, doctor.
What do you want? I change it to Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
I know I'm to watch you.
Let's work class. Wọ́n bá mi gbọ́ ọmọ yìí nǹkan bí yìí. Mi ò ṣeré mo ti wà ní class.
Lukman, just mute. That's all. That's all you have to do. We know you are in class. You can change it from from Mickey Mouse to another cartoon. For
Apologies. I did.
Good afternoon, Dr. Francis.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, how's everything going?
Very well.
Great, great. All right, are we set? How many people are we waiting for now?
Yes, we are set, sir. And IG and some other guys.
Where did we stop last?
We were doing power modeling in Power Query. So we practicalize in Excel by converting the flat file into the dimension data and fact into dimension table and fact table. We went ahead and practicalized it in Power Query also.
Okay. So that's data modeling, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Data modeling. Let me see. There's one file. Let me see if I can share that file. Data modeling. So we have looked at data modeling. We have looked at how to import data. Let me see. Okay, I'm sharing a file now. Let me see if the file. Okay, this is the one we did the last time, right? That's the file we used the last time. Let me see another. There's another file I want to share. It's similar but a bit different. So we have looked at data cleaning.
Yes, sir.
Data cleaning, okay. Data cleaning. I think this is it. Let me see. Data model. Let me send this file again.
Dr. Francis.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask something. It's just general on
Okay.
Power
Yeah.
BI.
Yes.
I don't know if you discussed it before. So like I tried to watch some of the past videos to follow, but then I realized that you had mentioned we could sign in with LBS emails when that's signing thing, but it doesn't
Okay.
allow me. She doesn't accept my LBS email or my personal email. Doesn't accept anything.
What does it say?
It just says this. You should use another email because this cannot be used or something like that. Then the other thing I wanted to say is that the download, like today, I tried to open my Power BI and there was a new download. So it doesn't automatically download or update. It actually prompted me to go to the store again and update, even though the first time I installed it was from the store.
From the store.
Yes, so it made me do the same thing all over again.
Through the store. Now, normally,
Yes.
once it gives you that this thing that has been there's an upload, so it gave you a pop, right? So that you have to click it and it take you straight.
Yes.
Like for example, the same thing. Like in some people's, like my own now, I can't download through the Microsoft Store. It's always giving me an error, right? But in some people's cases, it updates it automatically. Like me, I don't even know why my own case is like that, but it's always it will not allow me update it through the store. So I always have to go back to the site and re-download it again. Some people
clicked on the
yes. No, if it's coming up, right? If that pop-up comes out, the updates that is available now, that means your own case may not be downloading it automatically, but most of them will download automatically for you.
Okay, so maybe mine is like that because it just prompted me that you have to update.
Then for the email, I'm just thinking LBS. Has anybody tried LBS email? Whether it works?
In my own case, no, sir.
Okay, so LBS didn't work. Let me see. I know I've used LBS email, but I don't know. It's looking at maybe it's as an organization, but I don't know whether it's looking for whether from the student point, whether that one should still work. But my own LBS works.
It did not work for me too, and
Oh,
for
it didn't work
personal
for you too.
email, yeah, it was saying you
Personal
can't
email
find
will not.
personal
Personal email will
email.
not work. Personal email
Yeah.
will not work. Okay, another thing again. Let's see. Can we use let me see. I don't know whether it will allow me. Can you see my own case? It's using LBS, right? Am I sharing my screen?
Yes, you are, sir.
Okay. But you can see this one I'm using is LBS now, right?
Yes, sir.
So I don't know why.
But maybe this is LBS corporate because yours is LBS.
It's not corporate. No, it's not
Edu.
corporate. It's not.
No, this
Okay, okay. In terms of the
edu.ng.
account, yes, the account.
Yes.
The domain
Yes,
can be
dot
corporate. Right?
edu. Yeah,
Yes,
Yes, ours is net.
yours is net.
maybe that's why.
I think so. I think so. I just felt that since it's from an organization, right, that particular email is expected to work.
But does it matter if you don't sign in?
No,
What's
not
the
really.
benefit?
No, it doesn't matter. For now, it really doesn't matter. It's much later when we now need to start sharing to the cloud. Another thing again we can do, if maybe you can open Outlook. I don't know if Outlook works also.
I have a personal Outlook mail and I used it and I considered it as a personal Outlook mail. I didn't agree.
And they also did not agree.
Yes.
Okay, don't worry. Okay, someone should just remind me on the chat to find out what email we can use. Okay. What email we can use. All right, so I've shared two files there. So one is on, you see one they call data model, right? So one that is DM, that one is a flat file, isn't it? The one that is data model, that one has already been broken down. So
hello, hello, Dr. Francis. Sorry, where did you share the files you're referencing?
It's on the Zoom chat.
Okay. Maybe because I just joined, I can't find it. Can someone please help me share?
Yes, someone please help me share.
Thank you.
Somebody can help me share. All right. So we shared. So let me just open the file. Now we see the file.
Yes, sir.
So we see, for example, now we have orders, we have location, we have customers, we have products, and we have what sales team, isn't it? So most time, whenever you are working, just remember that as this data grows, isn't it? Because what we are doing in the other file is that everything will just be in one place. Okay. And you know the disadvantage of it is that if anything happens to the file, that means your whole data is gone. Okay. So that's why you see that most time in databases, we have to now build separate what databases, isn't it? And now what's link them together. So that process of you linking them is what we refer to as what? When we are linking these databases together, what do we call that?
Relational database.
They are called what? Relational what? Relational what? Relational database. Okay, and that's true. Let me even see if that will work. Okay, somebody has shared. Let's see if that will work. Do we have a, what do you call it now? Microsoft SQL Server installed. Do you have Microsoft SQL Server installed?
Installed where?
On your system?
No, I don't have.
Okay.
So can I download it the same way we downloaded the Power BI?
Yes, but you have to go and type it, Microsoft SQL Server.
Okay.
Microsoft SQL Server. Now, because in many organizations, right, they may not necessarily be using MySQL, okay? But if it's a small organization, yes, maybe they use MySQL, okay? But most time, because that the MySQL is also Oracle, but it is what they call it now, like an open source. So it's like the free version, okay? So it still has its own limitations, okay? But here with Microsoft SQL Server, so either they use Microsoft SQL or Oracle Enterprise. Okay. Okay, good. Am I sharing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. For example, if I want to check the databases here, how do I check databases here? If I want to check databases, how do I check databases? If I want to check
I click on the file
which file?
right up here at the ribbon. At the ribbon, on the ribbon.
Okay, on the ribbon. Where is the ribbon now?
File.
File here, like this.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
The navigation is quite different from the one I've been using.
Okay. No, I'm not talking about even from the navigation. I'm talking about from the syntax.
This one is select from star. Is it star from all information schema?
Beautiful information schema. Let's say dot tables, right? It says from. Select star from. So what is the problem here?
I think this one is using Hall.
It's using what?
I think Hall.
All. So normally, right? If I come to you need to make sure that your database is connected. Okay. So is it connected now? So let me see. So we come to new queries. So let's say select start from what? Information schema dot tables. So can you see that now? So if I'm looking for a particular database, or again, another way you can do it is to do select start from a system databases. I think this should also work. Can you see that? So these are the two ways you can easily navigate whatever this thing you have there. Okay. So if, for example, I want to use this Northwind. Can you see Northwind? Or let's say which other database do we have? Let me see the one that has tables there. Which one has tables now? Okay, let's say this dbo.chon. Let's see this one. How it will work. So first of all, you must be clear what is the database name, right? What's the database name? So for example, let's say you can see their names, right? So let's say, for example, you have Northwind. So if I want to select that particular Northwind, I'll say use Northwind, right? Because Northwind is database. Then if I want to see all the tables in Northwind, then I'll run this again. So these are now the tables in Northwind. Can you see that? Then if I want to see, maybe let's say employees. So how do I select the employees? How do I see the employees? By the way, okay. How many of us are familiar with SQL? How many of us are familiar with SQL?
I'm not familiar with it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I wanted to illustrate something now, but so it's only if you have been part of the previous ones, then it may make sense. But otherwise, okay, let me just see. So let's assume this is data I want to generate, right? This is data I want to generate, okay? So I want to see how I can go and connect it inside Power BI.
Okay.
What is the database, the server name here? So if I come here, you see the server, this is server name.
Okay.
Can you see that? This is server
Yes.
name. So most time in your organization, they would have either given you like an IP.
Okay.
They'll give you like an IP. So maybe can you see server authentication? They'll give you login, they'll give you password.
Okay.
That's what you now take to log in, okay? Or they can give you an IP there because this is just on the system. So that's the server name. So this will be our own server name, okay? Because what I showed the last time is that most times we can connect from different sources. Okay, we have been showing how to connect from Excel, isn't it?
Yes.
You can also import from a database. Can you see SQL Server?
Yes.
So I put SQL Server there. Can you see that? What is the server name?
Oh, that desktop something. Okay, yes.
Database name, I think it was Northwind. Northwind. Then what's the syntax I ran there? Select star from where?
Oh, okay. The instruction you.
That instruction exactly. Northwind, yes. Northwind dot DBO dot what? What does DBO stand for?
No idea.
Database objects.
Okay.
And it's the table. Example of a database of is a table. So we have employees. Was it employees? Yes, employees. Okay. Employees. So all the syntax. So imagine all those joins we learned from the different tables, isn't it?
Okay.
So we now come here and type that query here and click OK. And we are connected to the database.
Okay.
Can you see that now?
So it has pulled the data.
You can pull the data directly from the database.
Okay.
So that's the essence of why we learned SQL. Okay. You are learning SQL is as data analyst, not as database administrator.
Okay.
So that's why the essence of why we needed to learn, especially how to select data from different tables. So we select it, put it there, because most time you don't want to be at the mercy of, because imagine you have a report to produce, but the data you need to connect to database, isn't it? That means you need to tell them,
know how to connect it.
Please, so IT, I need to present a report by Friday, and I need this data, isn't it? First of all, the time that they may take to bring it out for you, that means you are at the mercy of somebody now.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So that means whenever they give you the data, that's when you start your work. And sometimes the data may be so bad that there are other things you also need to get and also clean. So the earlier you get it, the better. Isn't it?
Okay.
So with your skill in SQL, you don't need anybody. The only thing you just need to what? Have access.
Details, yes.
Have access to the database. And as we have seen, how sometimes keeping a database can be very tedious, isn't it? And nobody just allow you just have access. And nobody even give access to all the database. So you are going to be restricted. okay, to what kind of data you can access. Okay, so that's why even when we are working in an organization and you have learned SQL, still doesn't mean they will still allow you have access unless it's your role, isn't it?
Okay.
So if you are working as a data analyst, then yes, they can give you access to some certain extent. Okay, because you see how easy it is again to also navigate, drop databases, delete data, imagine data that you have accumulated for the past 10, 20 years. Okay, so that's why
in
we
this
try.
case, you're basically just pulling that data. It doesn't destroy the data where it is. You're just picking it and it's
just
still in
exactly, that's it. So if I just come here and load, assuming the data is clean, I'll just load it here. So let me go back to my Power BI. I'll load it. So once I finish loading it now, can you see query? Then I can start whatever this I want to do.
Analysis.
Whatever analysis. So I can now take region. Let's say, oh, that's the only region there. Okay. Let me see another one. Let me see. Okay, let's say employee names. And again, when we pick this data from different places, we now need to now connect them as the data model. Okay, but again, if all the data already in the database, all you need is to use the joins.
Okay.
So the joins will just bring it as one flat file. So once it brings out that flat file, then you can easily start working. But if you don't have everything in one place, then you should not have to go and build your data model. So the point here is that the SQL that we learned, the essence of it was for you to connect straight towards the database. It was to connect straight towards the database. Now, let me see, for example, my SQL. So, like for those of us who already have my SQL, my SQL is Oracle. This is Microsoft, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it means for you to connect to my SQL, you are going to require a connector. So can you see database here? You see how many databases you can connect to? But not all. So for example, all this beta version now, right? Some they are still work in progress. Some are already working. Some has to be on the enterprise version. That means you must have subscribed fully.
Okay. You're not sharing your screen.
You're no longer sharing your screen.
I'm not sharing my screen.
Yes.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
So I'm saying if you look at the databases here, so look at it again. So get data. Can you see SQL? But if I want, I'll just come I'll come to more. More. Can you see database?
Yes.
Then, for example, my SQL. This is my SQL. This is my SQL. So can you see server name now?
And the database.
Yeah. So server name. Most times for your server name, I think it's mostly root.
Okay.
That should be your username. I think your server name should be localhost. Okay, let's go to MySQL. Let us see MySQL, what it looks like, because that's also a very popular one that most people also use. Let me show you here. So can you see it here?
Yes.
You see root.
Okay.
Root is like your username. Root is like your username generally. Okay. Those of you that installed MySQL, I hope you still remember your password. If you have installed MySQL and you have gotten password and you forgot about, that's the end. Either you have to go and uninstall it, or you can look for a way to hack it.
Wow.
Then this is your local host. And this is your local host. Can you see that? So for example, my SQL, if I want to see the databases here, how will I check the databases now? If I want to see the databases, how will I do it?
Show database.
Show databases, show databases. Isn't it? So this will now show all the databases I have here. Alternatively, the same way we have done it in Microsoft SQL Server would have been select Start from what?
Employee.
Information schema dot tables.
Okay.
So it will bring both the database and the table name. Can you see that? So for example, if I want to see maybe suppliers and customers, so how will I read it? Suppliers and customers. How will I read it out? Suppliers and customers. So this customer table now, it will be what? Select what? Start from what? What's database name? Suppliers dot what? Customers. Okay, so if I run that, so can you see what I have here already? So I want to go and connect straight into this database here now. Okay. All right, so let's go back. So let me go to my Power BI. So can you see my Power BI here? Am I sharing my screen?
Yes, you are.
All right. So if I'm connecting there, so what will I do? I will go to more. But before it works, you must make sure you have, when you're installing your MySQL, you have installed all the connectors.
Okay.
So that connector is not going to work. So you must install the connector. So you see my SQL database. Can you see my SQL database?
Yes.
I'll say connect. So what is the server name? So this is local host. What was that database name? Was it suppliers? Then I will now type my syntax. What did I type there? Was it select star from what? Suppliers dot customers. Suppliers dot customers. So let's run and check. Now if there was a password, it will, can you see that's connected straight? If there was password, it will tell you to enter your username and password. So at that point, your username is going to be root, then you enter your password. So can you see that? So if your database is clean, then we'll just load it straight. Then we'll start working.
Okay.
Is that clear?
It's clear.
Yeah, but this one, it only makes sense for those who can use
SQL.
SQL.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm still trying
Only
to
those who
download
can use
SQL.
SQL. Exactly. So for example, here I'll say company name, profits. Let's say profits. Then you can now visualize. Can you see that? So now we can connect straight to the database and now build your report. Okay.
So as the data is getting updated, this report will be updating. Or
exactly. Just click refresh. Just click refresh. That's all. Don't do anything. Just click refresh. That's all. As they keep updating that database, you just do the reporting once. That's all the cleaning and everything. Just do it once.
Wow,
and everything just come here and click refresh. In fact, if you're on Power BI, if you're on a Power BI service, you can even set it. Assume it is a daily report you are doing every day, and the data is coming in every day. You can say every 20 minutes, or every 1 hour, every 45 minutes, or every 2 hours, refresh. You can automate it like that. So you don't even do anything. You just do it once. As long as the data and that structure comes in consistently, it's going to keep updating. That report keeps updating every time. Okay. But the moment the enemies come and go and delete one column and they say, we don't need this column again. That's the end. You don't have to go back and go and start working with it again. So that's why when you connect this, when you have the structure in your columns, you just leave it as it is. The only thing that will be updating will be the rows. Only the rows will keep updating. Is that clear?
Yeah, it is.
All right, good. So have we seen that data now? That what I call that file now? Data, was it data model?
Data model.
Data model.
So I'm thinking because I don't have the SQL, that's why it's not opening.
Which one?
The data model, it's telling me I don't have the application to open it.
How was it sent?
I just downloaded it.
From
Just
Like
from the
a
chat.
folder. Yes, from the chat, yes.
No, if you download the one that was put on WhatsApp chat, that one will come in the form of Excel.
Okay, wait,
Oh
this
my
one I'm sending it again.
Um,
Data model, I'm sending it again.
Can someone add me to the WhatsApp group, please? I'm dropping my number, please. I'm not in that WhatsApp group.
Okay, I think it's who's added? Is it Jacinta?
Subia J.
No, it's Jacinta. It's Jacinta.
Oh, okay.
Jacinta, right? Jacinta. Okay. Jacinta. But I've
Dr.
not
Francis,
shared
what do you want us to open? Is it the model or the modeling?
Yes, the data model. Data model.
Okay,
That's
Jacinta
next.
is not even. I'm not seeing any Jacinta on the participant list. Okay, there's an Excel here. I can see the Excel. Thanks.
Okay, that's it. Yes. All right. So if I come here, for example, imports. I hope I'm sharing my screen.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So can we see all the files now? So I want customers, location, orders, products, isn't it? Sales team. So let me transform data. So I don't know whether it's taking me back to my Power Query screen, but let me share it. Can you see it now? Now let's look at it. Is this data okay like this? Is this okay?
Yeah,
What's the problem here?
the header.
Header. So what do we do?
We'll promote header.
Promote header. Any other thing? Let's look at location. Is this okay? And remember again, when you look at all this will show you your column quality, whether there's any problem or not. Can you see that? So you know how to search for column quality, isn't it? You just come to your view. Can you see column quality? I'll put it there. So it just give you a quick idea whether there's any problem or not. If there's anything empty, you see it black. If there's any error, you see it red.
Okay.
So location, any problem with this? And again, always check your data type. Always check your data type that matches. For example, this postal code, what data type should this be?
Numbers.
Numbers. Okay, if you want numbers. So let's check all the data types. Are they okay here? Now, in this customer table, can we have duplicates? In this customer table, can we have duplicates?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. It's dimension.
One customer can buy more than one product.
So can we have duplicates in your dimension table?
No, we can't. We
No.
cannot.
Can't have duplicates in dimension.
No,
So
we
your
can't.
job is to identify from this table which is my dimension and which is my fact table. Can we see that? Which is your dimension and which is your what? Fact table. Okay. So customer table, is it a dimension table or fact table?
Dimension.
Customer table, dimension or fact table?
Dimension.
Dimension. Remember the questions we are asking, is it not? What, who, when, where, how, isn't it? All these are what? All these will be what? All these represent what? Who, what, where, how, where, when, how. All these are what?
Facts.
Are they facts? Like for example,
Dimension.
which table we answer the question of what?
Who?
Location and all.
What, when, how?
Yeah, so this what now? Which table will help you answer the question of what?
Product.
Your product. You know, what are you selling? Isn't it? Question of who? Which table?
Customer.
Customers. Who is buying? Isn't it? Where? Which table will answer this one? Where? Location. Isn't it? When?
Date.
Date, is it not? Or your calendar table, date or calendar table. How? How are they buying? If there's any like maybe like medium or that is online, offline, is it not?
Maybe shipping mode or
Shipping
something.
mode, exactly, something like that, exactly. So all these are what dimension. So there are different aspects in which you can what dimension your data. Can you see that? Then to have all these answers, they will now be in your what facts table, such as your sales table, is it not? Or your orders table. Okay, but somehow this your fact table should be connected. There must be a relationship between what this product table and this your fact table, is it not? Or sales table. There must be a relationship between your customer table and your what orders table. There must be a relationship between what your location and orders table. There must be a relationship between your date table or your whatever table that you have there. Okay, and remember we are looking for what? A one-to-what?
One-to-many.
Many relationship. One-to-many what? Relationship. Okay. And that is the essence of when you are learning SQL. That is exactly what we do with joins. Do you remember your joins? So you must look at how this table is connected with this guy. I'll pick from here. Look for how this table is connected with this guy. Pick from there. Look for how the table is connected. Pick from it. Then I will just take all that syntax and go and what query it there, and I will bring all the data. So that's why one particular skill you must learn, especially when you're learning SQL as data analysis, these joins, very important. But if you just learn that select star from, that's okay. That will give you the entire data, the table in the database. But sometimes where the data is so large, and the data is in different databases, then you don't have to use joins to now pick them from different location. I'm sure maybe we can still come back to SQL sometime within the year, but I just want to make sure that we cover as many tools as possible. Okay, but I think IJ, what you can do, that file you updated on the WhatsApp, for those who are not there, please kindly share it so that they can have access to the link.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, yes. So orders table, is it a fact table or a dimension table? Is this a fact table or dimension table?
It's a fact table.
It's a
It's
fact
a
table.
fact table, isn't it? So that means all the questions we are going to ask, is it not? The answer should be found somewhere here. Okay. Products. Is this table looking like this? Is this table looking like this?
Nope.
No, you promote the header.
The header, yes. Promote the header.
All right, sales team. Is this okay like this?
No.
So
but what's that second column? Second row rather.
Where is
organic,
it?
organic.
Aha. So that one too, good. So does that make any meaning there for you?
No. Looks like a wrong data.
It looks like a wrong data, isn't it? So that means what can we do?
Delete it.
So we can delete, isn't it? If it's not relevant for us. So it means that here where we have what? Organic, I can uncheck it there and it's out. Can you see that? So which means that you see, even when you see the data, isn't it? You must know whether it makes sense there or not. Unless there's a sales rep called organic. Do you get? Or is there a sales team called organic? And the sales manager is called organic. That one makes sense, then that's fine. But if it doesn't make sense, then you can take it out. Okay. So do we take it out?
Yes.
All right, good. So your data, does it look okay for now? So what we showed in the last class was how to break it down into these smaller tables. Is that what we did? I think that's what we did, how to break them into this what table.
Yes.
Okay, good. So we can now close and apply, close and apply, close and apply. So let me close and apply. No, okay. Now you have got all the data. I hope I'm sharing my screen.
Yes, you are.
All right. So now we have brought in all the data. What's the next thing we need to do? Once you have brought in your data, what's the next thing you need to do?
Establish
relationship.
cardinality.
Establish, hey,
Establish
technical. What is it,
Hey,
technical?
look, man.
I'm learning. I'm just.
What did you say? Establish what?
JB is not a relationship once you say reach
Exactly. So
cardinality.
the technical name is called cardinality. Yes, that's correct. That technical name is called cardinality. Now, what is the relationship you are seeing here now? What's the relationship you are seeing?
One to many.
One
to
to
many.
what many, exactly.
Many.
And this is exactly what we want to get. One to many relationship. So take note. Can you see that it's one way like this? It's going down this way. Isn't it? So if I decide to double click on the relationship here, can you see what they call cardinality? Can you see cardinality here?
Yes.
If I click on this drop down, can you see many to one, one to one, one to many, many to many? Can you see that? So automatically it has detected it already. So this is one to what?
Doctor.
Many, or many to one. Yes.
Please, sir, how did you get how did you display the relationship here?
I just double click on the link. Can you see the link here? Can you see the
Okay.
link here? That line, just double
Yes,
click
sir.
on it. Then to come out.
Okay.
Sometimes when it gives you error automatically to bring this for you, and to now force you to have like a many to many relationship. Okay, so now let's look at this. Do we see that? What's the relationship between, if for example, this one was not there, it did not detect it, isn't it? Maybe these two. Can you see this one is free now? This one is free. So what's the implication? So if I have customers here, let's say segments, right? And I have, let's come to others. I say, okay, sales. So I take sales here. What do you notice has happened?
Same value.
Same value. So what's the problem here?
No relationship.
No relationship. Can we see that? So what do? We'll come to the relationship and now say, okay, sales is in others table, customers is in this table. But I notice that there's no relationship. So what is common to these two tables?
Customer ID.
Customer ID. So what do? I will drag customer ID. I say, please, you come and marry this guy. Can you see that? Now there's a relationship. So I'll now come back and check. Has it calculated now?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's why you must always ensure what there's a relationship. Otherwise, you'll not be able to get this. It's just, look at it. Just imagine that.
So Dr. Francis, sorry, if they don't have anything in common, so that's a problem. Back to the data.
Look at, let me explain something like this now. Let's say, for example, look at customer, look at product. Is there any relationship between customers and product?
No.
No.
Is there any relationship between customers and product?
No.
Isn't it? So, for example, if I take segments, let me come to customer table. Let me take segments here. Let me come to product table. Let me take, okay, let me say product name. You see what it's doing? Okay, assuming that I say, okay, let me do a count. Let me do a count and see. What's happening there?
Same
value. The moment you see same value, what does that tell you?
They are not related.
There's no relationship.
There's no what relationship. So if you look at it closely, yes, there's no direct relationship between customers and what product. But somehow, if this guy is related to others, and product is also related to order, somehow these two will be related, but they are related through this guy.
Indirectly.
Is it not?
Okay.
But the problem here is that if you notice how it is filtered, right? It is filtered one way from this to this. So that means that this guy can filter this guy can filter, but this guy cannot filter him. So that is why we cannot use these products to relate to this customer. So what do? We can now make it a bi-directional relationship. Because what you are seeing here is what a single relationship. So if I want to do that, then for example, I can just double click on this. Can you see cross filter direction? You see cross filter direction?
Yes, sir.
You see it is single.
Yes.
So what I want to do, I can switch it to both. Can you see that? So that means I've made it on both sides. That means this guy can filter this guy, and this guy can filter this. So that means if you are related to this guy, and this guy you are related to this guy, somehow these two can be related through this guy.
Okay.
You see that relationship now? So it means if I go back and do a count, has it changed now?
It has.
So let's do it again. So I'll come to my customer table, take my segments, come to my, let's say, product name, put there. So I want to now change it to a count.
Count.
So I'll now do a count. Can you see that now?
Yes.
Is there a relationship now?
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
I've not seen this relationship before now, but you now see through other tables now, you can now do that count.
Hmm.
Because if you remember, most of your qualitative analysis, what you do is actually what a count.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's only for quantitative data you can add, subtract, divide, and do whatever you need. But for qualitative, most what you can do is just a count. Is that clear? So that's why you must establish this relationship. You must be able to what establish. That's why we say every table must have what a unique identifier. Every table must have what a unique identifier. Because once it's not unique, then you have problem. But in case you want to go back, you can just double click on it and say single and say okay. Are we clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Great. So let me. There's something I wanted to introduce us into. So you see, with Power BI, what we have seen how to import data. We have seen how to import data. We have seen how to clean data. We have seen how to clean data with Power Query. At least some things in Power Query. At least we know how to work with Power Query now. How most of us can work with Power Query? Can we work with Power Query now?
Yeah,
Yes,
to
sir.
some extent.
Yeah.
To some extent, okay. Now, because once you have learned how to use Power Query, now every time you are looking for dirty data, if I want you see dirty data, you'll be happy. Because you now have an idea of how it can be cleaned. Because imagine you had it just in Excel. It would have been a nightmare for you to clean that data. But with Power Query, it makes life so easy. Yeah? So easy. So we have seen how to import data, right? And we have seen how to import data from different sources. We have seen from Excel. We have seen from a CSV. We have seen from the web. We have seen using what SQL, isn't it? Even you can use Python too, but my own Python is not connected here, so that's why it will be tough to work with it. But I've shown you how to use Python to do it. Okay, then we have seen how to clean data with Power Query, isn't it? What again have we looked at now? Now we have looked at data modeling. Data modeling. Okay. Now, another critical aspect we want to enter is DAX. How to use DAX to create what measures. And here, the last part is what data visualization. So when you say you know Power BI, it means you know all this. Because you see, to learn the data visualization part, it will not take you more than 10 minutes to learn. But every other thing can take you a lifetime, especially what? DAX. Okay. And with these DAX, we're not saying that you must learn everything. We just need 20, we can learn 20% of the function that will perform 80% of the task that you require as data analyst. So you don't necessarily need to, just like Excel. Can you learn all Excel functions? Can you learn all
No. No.
Nowhere. You learn as you go.
As you go, exactly. When it comes, and that's exactly what's
As
happening.
required.
You know that in your power pivot, you know your power pivot or even your pivot table, you know you also use DAX. The functions you are using is also what? DAX. Just like in your what? Excel. Okay. So what I will do today, will just introduce us to what? DAX. Is that okay?
It's fine, sir.
Yes.
Okay,
I believe at this
so Francis,
point.
before you move to that,
Yes.
so for someone that is not strong on the clean data and data models, what help can I get? Do we have recorded
Yes.
those?
I asked IJ to send it. Yes. IJ, if you can drop that file here so that those who can.
Please do.
Okay. Is there anybody that's struggling how to clean data?
Yes, I'm struggling. That's why I asked.
Okay. So what's the challenge you have? Okay, you have not attended
But
our.
I was able to do what you did just now. The one the file you shared today, I've been able to do the transformation and I've been able to bring it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But I just want to be sure that because I watched you do it and I did it and I got it. So I just want to be more confident. That's why I'm asking for
do we want
additional
us to
resource.
go and revise data cleaning in Power Query?
I don't want to pull everybody and they'll be
No,
waiting.
if they agree now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind.
If they agree.
Dr. Francis, we are with you. I mean,
Not that we are with me. Do we want us to go back and look at data cleaning with Power Query?
No problem with me, sir.
Okay.
Thank
Because
you.
you know what we are trying to do is that you know that every month we try to cover 1, 2, isn't it? We try to cover 1, 2. So that's why I just wanted to see how we can finish Power BI for this month.
Sir, if I may.
Yes.
The last when we did Power data cleaning, it was almost an entire session, right? So I don't think that it's something that we can just cover in like 30 minutes or sharp and go back to that.
That's true.
I feel like by the time I'm able to successfully share the link for that, the link for the previous Power BI sessions, we'll be able to. Anybody can go back and watch those videos, and it was very explanatory that day. So we can, just because of time, I think it'll be better if we move on.
All right, that's fine.
Depends on
but in case because we are eligible, the other thing again is that you see, after we have done this, we'll try and do projects. We don't have to always wait till Sunday. That's when we meet. Every time, especially for those who are on the group, isn't it? You can always drop whatever project you want to do there, whatever questions you have. You also have my number. Most of you have my numbers. Now you can always ask me questions now. Send me a WhatsApp message and just tell me this is what I want. I don't understand it. Then you can have a meeting and I will put you through.
Okay. That would be great. Thank you. But please I've dropped my number on the chat. Please add me to the WhatsApp group, and then the link. Once I get the link, I'll watch it. I'm sure I'll pick it up, and then I'll come back to
most of our videos. Once you can just watch it and you just practice. It's not just to practice, because if you don't practice, sometimes it looks like miracle.
Definitely, I'll practice. Please add me to the WhatsApp group. We've dropped our numbers there.
Okay. We'll ask Jacinta. Maybe AJ can speak the numbers there. Ask Jacinta if she can add. Okay, whether there's a separate group for Power BI. Okay. Now for Power BI, now we have different groups, right? But not here. but the other one, if you are interested in joining the, we have Nigerian Excel user group, right? We have Nigerian Power BI user group. Okay, so these are different user groups that we have.
Sir, we are not aware of that. So we are only aware of data analytics group that we have.
No, this is not.
I thought it's only me.
This is not
I
LBS.
tell you.
No, this is not LBS. This is in Nigeria as a whole.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
You get in Nigeria as a whole. So before we are using this, what they call it? It was a WhatsApp group, but now most of the groups now you see they have all moved to Telegram. So it's now like more like a Telegram group. It's not like a and because I'm not so used to Telegram, you get, so I'm not always but we have so let me see if I can. So we have Power BI professionals. Let me see if I can. Oh, beautiful. Let me see if I can get the link out. Copy link. I'll paste it on the WhatsApp group. Then somebody can now paste that thing here. Somebody can now paste it on this Zoom chat for me, please. So this is the Power BI professionals group. Okay. So somebody should copy it from the WhatsApp group and paste it here. Then let me also give you Nigerian Excel user group. Now, you see this particular user group, why it's very good is that, you see, when you are working in the office, maybe you are used to Excel or you are used to any of this, you are used to using any tool in the office, okay? So what you just do is that once you're having any challenge, just quickly, because your data is company data, so you need privacy, isn't it? So what you can do, you can just replicate a dummy structure of what it looks like, right? And what problem you are trying to solve. Just snap it and put it on the group. Okay? So every time there's a problem, it is an opportunity for somebody to learn. So when you see people, they are posting their own problem, you too, even if you are not providing solution immediately, at least just try and see how you'd have solved it. Do you get? And with that, you can keep improving your skills. Okay. So I'm trying to see if Nigerian Excel user group, that file will be far. That file will be far. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Okay, I think I've seen where I can get it from.
Dr. Francis, sorry, I don't know, maybe I missed when you talked about it. The Power BI group professionals, what's it about really?
What is it about? It's just so it's just a group of professionals that use Power BI in their daily task in the office.
Okay, so they share like knowledge and
exactly, they share knowledge.
Okay.
So I've shared the Nigerian user group too.
Okay, I thought
Nigerian Excel user group.
Vacancies.
You said?
I thought it's where they drop adverts.
No, they also do. Definitely also do now. So once they are looking for anybody now, they put.
Okay.
They also put it there.
All right.
Joy girl, what's up?
So
Vera.
All right, so I've sent both of them now. So you have the Nigerian Excel user group and you have the Power BI user group. Okay, so you can always join them, and the more active you are, the better. So if you have any question, in fact, they're even happy to answer your questions. Just put it there, you'll find solution. Okay. Then they also have meetups, but I haven't been very regular in meetup. And that's one thing we are expected to do in this our club. We're expected to also have like set up maybe like an Excel group or a Power BI forum or a conference, right? And we can also come up with such. Then we now see different people come from different places and see different applications. They just showcase what they have been doing in Power BI, in Excel, and the rest. Okay. All right. So I think let's continue with our DAX. So is that okay? So we can go to DAX now, right?
Yes, please.
Can we go to DAX? Okay, good. Now, please, you see this DAX that we are going into now. It is assumed, first of all, you know how to use Excel first. Can we make the assumption that we can use Excel?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Grace
You
of
know how
God.
to use Excel formulas.
Yes.
Because this DAX, sometimes I will not tell you that it's just like Excel, but it's a bit let's say I will not say it's too complex, but it's like Excel. So DAX stands for what? DAX stands for what? Data analysis.
Analytics expression.
Expressions.
Expressions, yes. Data analysis expressions. Okay. Now, what is it used for? It's just like a formula, it's just used for writing what formulas. So just like you have your Excel formulas. Okay. You know, for example, in Excel, how do you enter a formula in Excel?
Equal to,
is it? And you put the name, maybe sum of, you now enter it, isn't it? But remember that Excel works with what? Excel works with what?
cell.
Excel works with what? Cells. That is why when you click on it, you now drag. Is it not on the click? Excel works with
Cells.
But Power BI works with what? Power BI works with what?
Columns. I
Columns.
think columns. You told us columns.
Yes,
Columns.
Power BI works with what? Columns.
Columns.
So whenever you are working with these formulas, think about that it's working in form of what? Column. But there are sometimes you may need to now iterate. That means you need to go row by row. There's a point you may need to go row by row, but basically we say me what? Columns. Okay, so that's what you have to have at the back of your mind. Did we get that? So Power BI works with what? Columns. So whenever you are doing your calculation, it's calculating it from the point of what? Columns. Okay. But you also see that there are some formulas that work row by row. So you now need to know, okay, how is this working? Is it working in column or is it working in row? But generally it works in what? Columns. Okay. So your DAX is used to write what? Formulas. Okay. And in doing your formulas, it enables you to do your what? Calculations. It enables you to perform some what? Calculations. Okay. And there are different types of calculations you can do. You can do what they call a calculated column. You can do what they call a calculated table. And you can build what they call a calculated measure. So whenever you hear DAX, DAX is, but this is what people refer to DAX as. But actually, you can use DAX for column, tables, and what?
Measures.
In fact, there's another one again, maybe more like row level security. Row level security. For example, you see when you build, let me show you an example here. Let's say your region, where is location? A beautiful region. Can you see region like this? Can you see region here?
Yes.
Let's say I have my sales. Where's my sales? This is my sales. I can now set it that because you are in maybe central region, the only thing you can see here is central. You cannot see the other person's region.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Row level security.
Yeah, they are called row level security. If you come to your view, can you see your? Let me see your. Okay, let me see modeling. Can you see manage rows?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you see view as?
Yes.
So those are the security rules we are talking about. So can you see that create rules? So you see you are using a DAX to do that. So you can now create it and say, please, oh, you can only see, can you see that? You can now create and now select and say, please, this guy, you are only going to see maybe, for example, just maybe only maybe west. Can you see that?
Yeah.
We can only see what? West, where region. So I'll just type where region. I don't want to go into the
Are you
formula.
going to type or you select?
You type. You can select it, but you can still need to type the particular thing there. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
For example, I can say.
Sorry, Francis, is it going to be the person?
No, this one can be like head office.
They are doing this for users.
Yes, from head
so
office.
when users log in and they want to access the dashboard, they only see what relates to them.
Thank you very much. Exactly.
So can you specify per person?
Yes, now you can look at, can you see view as? Can you see view as?
So you type in, okay, like you already have users.
You cannot say other users, you don't specify. So you know when you have the enterprise version now, right? When you have the enterprise version, the one you pay premium one, that's for at organizational level. You can now assign rules and tasks.
Okay.
You can assign that, yes. So that's exactly, but for now, we are not really bothering with this particular one. We are only working with these three. These are the basic ones we are going to work with. Because once you understand this one now, it will be easier for you to understand how to implement the other one. Okay, so what we are saying here that you use DAX to basically, so DAX generally is what? A formula language of Power BI. But not just Power BI, you also use it in Excel. In your Excel Power Pivot, you also use it there. You also use it in Microsoft SQL, what do you call it? Is it SSAS? Microsoft Server Analysis. They call it SSAS. I can't remember the name, but it's still under your, what they call it, Microsoft SQL Server. Okay, so what DAX actually does for you is just what? A formula language that's used to what? Carry out advanced analytics. Okay, so there are some certain insights you may want to generate. Your table and your charts may not be able to do that on their own. Okay, so you now need what? DAX to now further what? Create your own what? Unique what? Insights. Okay, but the more you practice how it works, the better. Okay, you don't necessarily need to cram how it works itself, but just understand the structure. So if I look at this now, let's look at something like, let me see which one I can use. Okay, let's say others. So look at others. What's the name of this table here? What's the name of this table?
Others.
Others table. When I open this, what do I have here?
Columns or fields.
Column or field, exactly. Column or what? Field. So if I write something like this, others, profits. What does this one mean?
What is profit of the others?
This is what? Table. This is the table.
Table.
And this is what?
The column.
The column. That is how you read it. This is the table, and this is what? The column. Okay? So that's why your DAX, the kind of functions you write, can either give you what? A single value or a single column, which they are called scalar functions. They can be called scalar functions, or they can return a table for you, and they are referred to as what? Table functions. You know, like in your or again, you can even have the general purpose. You can even have functions that have specific purpose, like it can be statistics, it can be logical, it can be date or time, it can be which other functions do you have in Excel that you categorize? Logical, which other one again? Statistical,
finance
function, text function. They can have a specific purpose. Okay, so you can break them based on either their result or their purpose. So if it's based on result, it means how does the result come out? The result can either be what? A scalar or a table.
A table, okay.
Okay. I'll show you some examples of how it works, but just to understand how the general framework of how it works. Okay. Then one last thing we also need to consider is that we have seen that DAX basically used to do three things. What are they? Create calculated columns, calculated tables, and what? Measures. Okay? Which means for you to understand how this thing works, you must first of all understand how to build a data model first, your tables, isn't it? You must understand how general functions work in terms of their behavior and what to use it for. Okay? But another important aspect is how you evaluate, how you evaluate them. How you what? Evaluate them. So when we say evaluation, we can talk about the context in which you are evaluating those functions. So there are basically two parts. You have what they call row context. Row what? Context. It means that sometimes we may have to go what? On a row by row basis. Or it can be what? A filter context. Filter what? Context. What does that mean? Imagine your pivot table. Imagine your pivot table. Can you see what we are doing? Let's say, for example, we have location here. We have location here. Do we know that it has been summarized? It has been filtered like this?
Yes.
Then inside this filter now, it will now go and what? Pick values there.
Yes.
So how can I further access what has already been filtered? That's what they refer to as what? A filter context. But if I go through the table, I'm going row by row. That is what? A row context. Can you see that? So these are just the basic things you need to understand. First of all, what do we use it to do? Either we create calculated columns, calculated tables, or measures. Okay? The functions in itself, we need to understand the result. How does the result come out of that function? Does it bring out one result or one value, which is called a scalar function, or does it return a table for me, which is what? A table function. Okay? Then how do we evaluate it? Is it in a row context or what? In a filter what? Context. Okay? So those are the basic things we just need to take into consideration. All right? So we are going to start with the first one, which is so how do you do calculated what? Columns. Calculated column. Just like your Excel, how you do it in Excel. For example, that's our, which data do we use that day? Aha, we have it here now. So let's check. That's our orders table. Orders table. Let's look at orders table now. Orders table. So, you know, for example, if I look at my table here, if I click on this, my table, I can come here to my table, isn't it? I can read the table. So this is my orders. Orders. Now, do you see you have sales, quantity, profit? How did we get cost? If I want to get cost, how will we get cost? How do we get costs? Costs.
Sales minus profit.
Less profit.
Sales minus profit. All things
Sales minus profit. So look at it. You see, the calculations, we do three things with the calculations. What are the three things we can do? What are the three calculations that we can do?
You can.
The columns.
You can
Create
do
a column,
Column, table, or measure.
table, or what?
Table.
Or measure.
Measure.
Can you see that now?
What's quick measure?
Quick measure is still a measure, but just instead of you writing everything, you only drag and drop. That's the difference. They already have categorized, they have already done customized it for you.
Is it like what you frequently use or something?
Yeah, more like they have, it's like pre-programmed already. You know, the functions, your formula, like your formulas that you write, isn't it? But this one, they have already pre-programmed it for you. Once you understand measures, you understand what quick measure is. You understand quick measure. But all this, what I will teach you how to build them manually. Okay. But later you can come here and now see how to work with them. All right. So what we are saying here, that you can do, there are three things you can do, either what? Column, table, or measure. So what I want to do, I want to do a what? Column, a new column. So I come here to new column. New column. Are we there? So let's say I want to calculate cost. So I'll have here cost. So anything I have here is my column name. Can you see that? If it was Excel, Excel would have been equal to in the cell, isn't it? But now it is on the what? Column. So my column name is cost. So what's the formula now? Sales. Can you see sales? What is others? What is
Table,
others? Table. What is sales?
the column name.
Column name. Minus what? Profit. So as I type there, I press tab. Just like your Excel. Can you see that? I'll press enter now. Can we see it now? Then I can go back now and now check. Okay, which region has the highest costs? So I can now, can you see that my question? So I can take that out and now visualize. Can we see it? So
Yes,
that
sir.
means that as analysts, there are certain data that we already have, but we can all generate new data.
Dr. Francis,
Can
I'm
you
lost.
try
So
it again, please?
What's the problem?
let's start from the costs.
Wait, okay. Do you know how to do this in Excel? If you're in
Yes.
Excel, an Excel table, do you know how to do it? What I'm
Yes.
going to do, I'm adding a new column.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes.
I'm adding a new column. What is the name of my column now? I want to call it what? Cost. Isn't it? Are you there?
Yes, please.
So the formula is what? Sales. So I have sales here. I'll come here, sales.
Other sales.
Minus what? Profits. You see,
Profit.
you must know your what? Table name. So that's why we say you must know your table. So I'll run it now, isn't it?
Okay.
So I've created a new column called cost.
Francis,
Okay.
Yes.
that means it's only going to be under the field is only going
Others.
to be under others.
Others, yes, only under others. Yes.
So can I open customer and pull cost? Is that possible? or something?
Definitely now, definitely. If I
Okay.
as long as there's a relationship, I'll say to which segment generates the
Segment,
most
yeah.
cost for us. So I'll
Okay,
take
that's
my-
what I even did. So,
yeah, that's it.
yeah, 2 million.
Can you see that? As long as this relationship has been established, you can do it. But if there's no relationship, then you're on your own. Is that clear? Let's say, for example, if I want to calculate the margin, if I want to calculate margins, how will I calculate the margin?
You create column.
Yes.
When you create column, margin is sales man. Well, which margin exactly now?
Let's say gross margin.
Profits there already.
Let's say gross
There's
margin.
profit there already. So is it percentage you want?
So is
Yeah,
there any-
percentage terms now, yes.
Okay, so that's profit over sales.
It will be profits over sales.
Sales.
Can you see that? So if I want to edit just like in Excel, I can come here and just put percentage sign there.
Percentage.
I can come here and put my dollar sign or naira sign, depending on whichever one I want. So if I want naira, I just go and look for where I have naira. Naira, Edo naira. I put Edo naira there.
Hello, sir. Dr.
Yes,
Francis.
sir. Yes, sir.
Immediately after defining new rule, before writing the formula,
Yes.
is it equal to or dash you are putting?
Where is it now? I'm putting equal to now.
Equal to, okay.
Yes, equal to.
Okay, it's not looking like equal to it. Okay, sir.
Okay. Equal to. Are we clear with this now?
Yes.
Great.
So Dr. Francis, that means you can create a new column in your dimension table.
Yes, now. Anything you want.
Okay.
Anything you want to do, you can do.
And all these things are just inside this inside Power BI, like they don't affect your source data in Excel.
No. Everything you do here remains here.
Okay.
The only enemy that can happen is when you go and delete one column from the source. That is the only problem you have. But if you are adding data on the rows, there's no problem. All you'll be doing just refreshing and to be taking it out. You get, but every other thing remain here. So that's why in your Power Query, there's a source there. Okay, but every other thing you keep building it here. So is this clear? Is this clear?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Just like say, for example, let's assume this one, this sales, let's say this is selling price, right? And this is quantity now, and this is quantity. So it means if I want to get revenue, how will I get revenue now?
Selling price times quantity.
Exactly. So that means that revenue is equals to what? Selling price times what? Quantity.
Quantity.
Then I'll have that there. What other calculation can you do again? If you want to get cost to income ratio, how do we get cost to income ratio?
Cost over sales.
Over revenue.
Cost over revenue.
So I will have that. So I'll say cost to income. Cost to income would be what? Cost. Can you see the cost now? You see how to pick it now, isn't it? Divided by what? Revenue.
Contribution margin.
I beg, just leave contribution margin first.
All right, so you can just quickly edit
Contribution margin is the same thing. You don't have any other information.
All right, that's fine. I think this, you understand what we are doing here now, isn't it? So all we are doing is that we are creating what new what columns. So that is what we have done here is also that.
Sorry, Dr. Francis. So once you finish entering the calculation, what do you do next? Because I just did that. What do you do next? How do you like
Press
next?
enter.
Say enter. You can still press enter.
Enter, that's all. Enter, and you do the calculation there for you. For example, if I do something like this, let me create a new column. Let's say, for example, I want to get the total. So, okay, see, this is my selling price. Let's say, for example, let's say total revenue, right? Total revenue. Okay, since I already have revenue, what I can do, I can say sum of what? Revenue. Can you see that? Sum of what? Revenue. So watch what it's going to do.
How is it going to do that? The same thing now.
It's going to replicate it all through because it's the same what? Total. Can you see how it's working?
Yes.
Good. So much later, I will show you how to what? Do some other what calculations. For example, let's even look at this. Let me see. Aha, let's look at this. So for example, now, look at other dates, see ship dates now. What's the difference between ship dates and how many days delay is this?
It's like 5 days.
Like 5 days.
Like 5 days, is it not like 5 days? Okay, let's see. So if I want to do the calculation there, I think I can take this guy out. Oh,
yes.
Okay, let me leave it there. No.
How do you take? Just delete, right? Right click.
Yeah, just delete. Just right click and delete. Just like Excel. So let's say shipping. Let's say shipping delay. Shipping delay. Okay. Now, how do we calculate it now? Is it ship date minus ship order date or order date minus ship date?
Ship dates minus order dates.
So if I say order dates minus ship date, let's see. Let's see what will happen. Did he calculate it for you?
No,
Hey,
no. What's this?
Now you
us-
see,
Same thing all through.
he was telling you, do you want it in days? You notice there's something he was saying, do you want it in days? I want it in day. Do I want it in days? I want it in day. Let me see. Will this one work?
Yes.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
So let's see how it works now. So it means that in that case, we need to say ship date, is it not? Dot day minus what? This one just means you want it in day, month, or hours. Can you see how it's done? Can you see that? But remember again, in Excel, there was one function we use in Excel. What's that function? Let me say shipping.
for the function to do what?
To find difference between two dates.
Weekdays. I don't remember.
To find function is date difference now. Date difference. Date diff. Do you remember that? Date difference. So it means we can say what? Other dates. Other dates. Can you see what I'm saying? Do you want it in days? Can you see that? I want it in days so that my answers will be in days. But if you don't want that, I say minus what? Minus what now?
Shipping date.
Shipping date. So I'll put a comma there. Shipping date. Comma. How do I want it? Is it in day, hour, minute, month, quarter? How do you want to see it? I want it in
Day.
days. So I'll put it there. Hello. So let's see.
What we have is shipping delay.
Shipping what?
Delay, not date. Orders, bracket, shipping date.
Okay, here. Right. So it's supposed to be shipping dates. Dates. Now, anytime it grays it out, it means you cannot see what they are saying there.
It's ship date, not shipping.
Yes. So it's ship what? Date. Is it not ship date? All right, ship date. Good. Comma. Good. All right.
That is not in my order date though.
Now, what is this? Orders. So it is orders, not ordered. So whenever you see this one, means there's an error. There's it. So order. So I think this should work. All right, that's fine. So are we clear with this now?
I want to try it.
Okay.
Sorry, Francis, that means this thing is it sensitive to capital letter?
Oh, very evil. Very evil.
Because
now some
yeah,
cases,
I was typing in small capital and it wasn't picking it.
Some cases, it will allow you, right? So for example, if I say orders, you see that's why when you are selecting it, it's already having what they call IntelliSense. It's bringing out so that you check, is it here? If it's not here, that means you cannot see. So once you see what you are looking for, just press tab. Can you see that? It will now pick it out for you. Because sometimes it can be case sensitive. Okay. So what you do, once you see what you are looking for, you just press tab. You just or double click on it, just like in Excel. Then it will bring out what you are looking out for. All right.
I noticed something, Dr. Francis. If you
Yes.
don't rename your column, the new one, it would not. It won't give you your answer.
Yeah. You cannot duplicate it.
Okay.
It's just like your Excel tables now. You know, if you have put your data in Excel tables, you cannot have two columns the same name. You rather put 1, 2, 3. Okay, so are we okay with columns now? Calculated columns. Are we okay with calculated columns?
Yes, doctor.
All right, good. Now let's go to something else.
Yes.
This is another very important thing. As data analysts, the moment I look at my table, I see anything like dates. Dates, is it not? Where can I find dates in my table? Where can I find dates in my table? Others, is it not?
Others.
Yeah.
Beautiful. The moment I see dates in my table, please don't even do anything. Even before you start analysis, first of all, go and create what they call your what? Calendar what table. Go and create a calendar table. Calendar table. Okay. Now, if you look at these dates, if you look at this table here, right? Look at this table here. Can you tell me which week they sell the most products? Which week or which day of the week they sell the most products?
I can't tell.
It cannot show from here. It's not obvious.
It's not obvious, isn't it? Even if I decide, okay, let me go and take dates here. Let me go and take dates here. Is it not? Can you say anything like week? Can you tell me which week? So that means this is first week, is it not? This is second week, is it not?
Oh.
How will I know? Is it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? How will I know which is which?
Mm.
Can you see that? Even when you try, you see those kind of insight. Which day of the week do we spend most on fueling our generators? Can you see that kind of question? Even when you have data like that, like this, you will still not be able to provide that answer. Okay? Because the data on its own will not make any meaning until you try to make sense out of it. Isn't it? So what we can do, we go and create what they call the calendar or table. So the moment you see, oh, I have a table, don't even wait to do any analysis first. Just come here to Power BI. Once you're in Power BI, go and create your calendar table. So what do? I will come here. You will see where we have, where was our table then? You see where we have new table. Can you see new table?
Yes.
Yes.
New table. New table. I'm going to call that table calendar. Calendar. Okay. Now what I'm going to call it out, there's a function called calendar auto. Calendar auto. What does it do? It will go through your data. Look for example, look at this. Let me show you this. Okay, this one has others. So let's look at this. So let me take out this year. Let me leave the year. So what's the earliest year here?
2014.
2014.
What's the latest year here?
2017.
That means whatever date you have here, start it from 1st January of that date.
Okay.
So whatever date I have there,
31st
31st December of that date.
Yes.
Sometimes the date may spill by 1 day, right? In that case, you now produce it to 31st December 2018.
Okay, the next year.
The next year. As long as there's any relationship with that next year, it will spill it to that next year. So it is, how does it do it? It will go through your data from 1st January of that earliest year to what? 31st December of the last year.
Yeah.
Do we get that? So that is what the calendar is doing for you. So when I say calendar auto, so the function is called calendar auto. So that's what has happened here. Can you see that now?
Okay.
So to the last. Okay, yeah, even gave to 2018 here. Do you get? Maybe I don't know what the data is 2018, but it will take it to the last. Okay. Good. Now let's say,
why is it providing all the time as 12 a.m.?
Because you know the data type is date time. Can you see that? It's date time. So if I decide to change it to just dates, then to just bring out only dates.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So for example, now I want to extract this year. I want to extract only this year. Only the year. So I'll create new column. New column. So let me call it what now? Year. Although there's a function called year. So there's a function called year. Right? But I'll show you two ways of doing it. Now tell me which one you prefer. Now look at this. So we have year. So that's the function called year. You know, what's the date? So if I type date, I'll say calendar. Can you see calendar dates? Calendar dates. Can you see that? Calendar dates. So let me run that. Has it extracted it now? Has it extracted it?
Yes.
Yes.
Another way again I can do that. Let me go to new column. Let me say year. Let me call it year 1. So in this case now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do what they call formats. Because this date here is even seeing it as a text, not necessarily even as a
number.
Like a proper date. Do you get? So what we are going to do, we are going through that date and we are going to pick. So now format, what am I formatting now? My calendar dates. Is it not? Now what do I want to get out from it?
Yeah.
I want to get what?
The year.
The year, is it not?
Yes.
Now the year that you want to extract, right? The year I want to extract, I'll put it in inverted comma and put Y. That means
Oh,
year.
okay, just the way we did we do MM.
Yes, exactly. Can you see that? But you see the data type is seeing it as what? A text. That's just the difference between this one. This one, it will see it as whole number. But this one, it will see it as what? A text. Clear? So it means if I want to go and extract the month out, I want to extract the month out. So if I come here, new column, let me call it month.
Dr. Francis, can I see what the formula for that? Yes, for the year 1.
Okay, so format, calendar dates.
Oh, comma, not full stop. Okay.
Yes, comma.
Okay, it has worked.
Okay, download. All right, let's go. So month, how do we do extract month? So just like we have this other one. So let's do that. So let's say month. So I'll say format. What's the value? My calendar dates. Calendar date. So calendar date, comma. So I want to get month. Month will now be what?
Month is usually 2 codes now, 05 or 03 or something.
Okay, if that's what you want, for example, if I say MMM, this is what you have.
MMM.
If I have MMM, this is what I will have. If I have M, so which one do you prefer?
Okay, I see.
MM.
Anyone you prefer, that's fine. Okay. Now, if you look at it, and that thing again we can also do. And that thing again we can also do. If I want to, for example, get the month number, which month number is this? Which month number is this?
1.
1, is it not? 1, exactly. So the same way, you can also extract the month number. So if I want to extract the month number, so let me say, for example, month number. So the function is called month. What is the date? Calendar dates. Can I see that? Month number. If, for example, I want to get quarter now, what do I do? Quarter, how do I get quarter now?
quarter.
3.
I'll say quarters.
Is equal to quarter. There should be something like quarter or something.
Quarter.
Yes. Then calendar dates.
Calendar dates. Let's see. Did he bring it out? So if I check, January is quarter 1. March is quarter 1. April is what?
Quarter 2.
Isn't it? Good. Yes, you can do it this way. But and that way again, we can also do it. So for example, I want to show as Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So let's say quarters. Quarters. Okay. So let's say, for example, I want to format calendar dates. Now you see in this calendar date now, you know how did we do it for month and year? Would have put Q, something like this, right? I think this is how we did it for year and month.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Now for quarters, it doesn't work that way. So because what I want to show, can you see what it's doing? It's bringing it out quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. But I don't want you to show, like this. So what I want to see, for example, if I say Q, can you see that? It's just showing me the first one. So if I put, so that is quarter 1, quarter 1, quarter. But what I want to do, I want you to show me quarter 1. Can you see that? So in that case, what I can do, I will put a backslash and say QQ. Let me make it capital letter, QQ. Can you see that? So let me run it now. Can you see quarter 1? Backslash, can you see that? Quotation mark backslash QQ. Quarter 1.
Please hold on, sir, Dr. Francis. Sorry, I was just looking at the your formula.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, sir.
Quarter 1. If I just say Q, you just give me only Q. Can you see that? But now I want to put 1 there. So that's quarter 1. So we have broken it down into, okay, I've broken down into year.
Now you use Q1, not QQ.
You said?
You use Q1 in the formula, not QQ.
Okay, sorry. Q. So the first one is Q. The second one, give me the first the quarter there. Can you see that? Q1, Q2, Q3. So what we have done, we have extracted year, we have extracted months. This one is what? Day, is it not? This is day.
Yes.
This is day. Let's just extract day. Let's extract day. So this is day. Day. So here there's a function called day calendar. Can you see that? It's extracting it out. It will extract just the day from it. Okay. This is what now? What is this one?
Day. Date. I mean, the day of the week now is day.
Day of the week. Okay. Okay. Day of the week.
No, it's okay.
Can you not present this as the day instead of the number?
Yeah.
And we see
like
Sunday,
having it as
Monday.
Wednesday,
And that is
exactly.
that's day of week now. Day of the week, isn't it? Now, okay, you want to see like the week name, isn't it?
Like weekday, like
Week,
the day.
weekday, okay, day.
I think there's
Okay,
a
let's
formula weekday.
okay, let's first get the day of the week first. Let's get the day of the week. You know, normally, so there's also a function called I think it's weekday. So can you see dates? So that date now, so let me call it calendar dates. Okay, comma. But you will now notice now is that it will tell you 1 to 7. 1 to 7. So if I say 1 to 7, so read it now. Can you see this one? This is what? 1 stands for what?
Sunday.
7 stands for what?
Saturday.
Look at the next one. 2.
Okay.
1 is what?
Monday.
7 is what?
Sunday.
All right. 3 is what? Then 3 will now be
3. Monday to Friday. Okay.
Now be 0 for Monday, 6 for Sunday.
Sunday 6.
So which one do you prefer?
1 to 7.
Which one is 1 to 7? 1 or 2?
1. Let's see 1 again, please.
Okay, 1. This is Sunday 1, or do you prefer Monday 1?
Okay, Monday.
Monday 1.
Since the coffee.
All right, Monday 1. Okay. So we have 3. 3 stands for what now?
Wednesday.
4.
Thursday.
5.
Friday.
6.
Saturday.
7.
Sunday.
1.
Monday.
2.
Tuesday.
So can you understand how it works now, is it?
Mm.
But what you want now is these names here, is it not?
Yes.
You want to extract the names
Yes.
out. Okay. You want to extract the names. Okay. You want to extract the names. So let's say here, let's call it week name.
Well, Francis, can we just change that one to text?
Which one?
So it says on that form as whole number. If he knows what Sunday is and Monday is, can't you just?
Yeah, you can do that now. You can do that. So let's say name, let's say week name. Week name. So in that case now, what do we want to do? We want to extract what? We want to extract what? The name, isn't it? The name. So let's say format. So format calendar, calendar dates. Okay, so name of the week, we're going to call it what? DDDD.
So
Like
you
this,
really
right?
need to understand what to use. So how do we get all this? Like now you know that you would use 4Ds.
Yes, if you want.
Now is there somewhere we can just check and see? Okay, this is what we should use for 1D or 2D, or it's just
like
practice.
You know, now I showed you that in Power BI, right? Whatever you need to do, just go to their, what they call it, that documentation.
Okay.
That's where you see everything that you need there. So what have we done? We have created what they call a calendar table. But take note. Yes, please.
So my last question, this when your cursor is day of the week, I'm just saying it shows it as whole number.
Yes,
if he understands it as, if you change the text, shouldn't it just give you all those things?
No. It's
because
only
if
giving
you understand it as 0, 1, Thursday, Monday.
Yes.
Shouldn't it just have
given
you?
No, it's because of the function. It's because of the function that we have. The function is to extract the number. But how do you want the number to be? Do you want it Monday to Sunday, or Sunday to Monday, or Monday to Saturday? How do you want it to be? So that's what it's doing for you, extracting in terms of number. If it's in terms of week name, then that's when I will now use the format to now format it to the day.
So Dr. Francis, like what Muki had asked now, if we
Yes.
change the data type, will the details still remain? It's just that
It will still remain, yes. The only difference, so the only thing
yeah.
that why it got it this way, because of the function that was used.
Yes, okay.
So that's how the function returns it. Remember, we said that DAX functions can either be scalar functions or what? Table functions. So these are examples of what? Scalar functions. Because they return one column. Clear? So once you are done, so this what we have done here is called what? Your calendar work table. You see, before you analyze anything first, go and create this table first. Okay. Go
Must
and
we
create
do
this.
all this?
No, you don't need. No, you don't need to do all this. For example, like
So what's the
that
basic
year,
that we need?
you need, for example, this year, you will need month. You may need month number. You may need this quarters. You may need this week name.
That's everything.
No, no, you don't need these ones. You don't need these ones. You need
And
year,
also, Dr. Francis,
month, yes.
I just want to know what would be the difference or the application of using different formats of, like this year, we have the one in number and the one in text.
All right. Okay. Let me show you. Okay. Now look at this, right? Look at this. If I go to my model, you notice you have calendar table now. Is this connected?
No.
It's not.
Connected.
Yeah.
So it means that if I want to do any analysis now, if I go to my calendar, I go to my, let's say, year. Let me put it in table. You see, it's looking at it as a number. That's why it's summing up for me. But that's not what I want, isn't it? Let me come to this one. Okay, this one has it here. So it means if I come here to my orders, maybe like sales or revenue or profit, if I drag it here, do you think there will be any relationship?
There wouldn't be.
No.
There will not be any relationship, isn't it? What is the problem here?
We've not linked it. There's no relationship.
There's no what relationship here.
No relationship.
No relationship.
Dr. Francis, so when you create a new table,
Mhm.
and that's your dimension table now,
Yes.
there's no way you can take the unique identifier from there and include it in your other table, that's your fact table. You can't do that.
You can now.
Okay.
You can. Assuming, like, for example, these dates. This is a calendar table, is it not?
Yes.
In this table, now what will be the unique identifier?
Date.
Dates, is it not?
Yes.
If I go to my orders table, do I have dates there?
Yes.
Do I have dates there?
So supposing you don't have that, supposing you don't
Okay,
have
if you don't have that, okay, if you don't have that,
other
then
table,
that will
yes.
give like a many.
So it's a new.
Yes, to give a main to. So that's why you must think about how they are going to be connected. You must think about it. If you cannot create that relationship, then you cannot link them. Okay, so what I just wanted to show you here, that once you are done with your calendar table, the next thing you go to your table tools. Can you see this? You must tell it that, please, Power BI, anytime you see dates, forget about any other date. Make sure you use only this table as my dates. Then come and say mark as date table. So what do I want to select as date table? The dates. Can you see that? Can you see validated successfully? So click OK. So it has answered you, yes, sir. Anytime I see dates, I'm going to refer to this word table. Now the next thing I need to do is to tell it, please, I want you to come and marry other dates here. Can you see that now? Now they are what linked together. Okay, so if I come back here,
Please, can you take that again? I missed it. Can you take that again?
Which one? Which one? Which one?
The mark
as table, yes. And then connect it, yes.
Mark as table. Now, because I've already marked already, so if I come here, table 2, can you see mark as date table?
Yes.
Then you don't go and select the table that you want.
Okay.
Can you see that? But because I've already done that, I'll say okay. Let's not go on. Okay, so mark as date table. Can you see that? Select columns. I'll now say dates.
And then okay.
Okay. Okay. The next thing I will now do, I'll come here to my relationship and now come here and say, please, these dates, drag it to these dates, connect them together. So now they are connected. So now I can do my analysis by when. Is it not? So remember that question of who, what, when. So this is the question of answer of when. So for example, if I have which one was I trying to do that time? Okay, okay, someone was asking about year. So if I have year like this, you will notice that this year, so if I look at the table now, this my year, can you see this my year? It's like whole number, isn't it? So, and because it's whole number, it's going to be adding it up as if it's number for me. So what I want to do, I'll switch it to text.
Okay.
And that's exactly what this guy is doing there for me. That's why this guy is reading it as a text.
Mm.
Do you see that?
So
But I
now
will,
the format.
yes, but you see, when you do that again, it also has its own problems. So let me drag, let's say, profit. Let me drag profit there. This is okay for now, isn't it? Now let me now plot a chart. Now, can you see the problem it's having here? Can you see the problem it's having here? So that's why if I use it as a text, it will not, so I have to leave it as what? A whole number. Whole number. So can you see what I've done now?
Okay.
But if I leave, yes, but if I leave it as that year one now, it's going to take it as a text. So if I take the profit now and put there and put my charts, can you see how it's plotting?
The other way around.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the difference between both methods. All right. So basically, so that's why we don't need this particular one. It is better you use this word year. Okay.
The one that sees it as the whole number.
Yes, but on that thing again, let's say for example, look at months. Let's do months. Months we may also have the same problem. Let's look at months. If I go to the months, where's my months? If I go to the months, can you see months? What is happening? What do you notice for months?
It's not ordered.
Exactly.
It's
Arranged in alphabetical order.
Because it's not looking at it as a date.
Yes, exactly.
As a sequential month. Yeah.
Exactly. So if I come here and say, okay, plot that, you see, it's plotting the way you like it. But is this how you want it?
At all.
Yeah.
At all. So that is why on this table, it is important you have this what? Month number. So what you are going to do, you are going to tell Power BI, please, you see this month? You see this month? When I come to my columns, I want to sort it. Sort that month by what? Sort it by what?
Month number.
Month number, exactly. Sort by month number.
Yeah.
So when I go back now, I'll now take my months. Can we see that now? Is this how we want it now?
Yeah.
Then I'll now take my profits there. Then I can now plot my charts. Does it make sense now? So if I ask, which day of the week do we sell the most or do we incur the most cost? So I'll come and say, oh, day of week. Okay, this 1 to 7. What was the, which one did I use? Week name, right? Where's my week name? I didn't do week name.
You did.
We did day of no. Maybe you deleted by mistake.
We did.
Yeah, maybe I deleted my mistake. Okay, so how do I get my week name? So let's say week name. It will be what format? What calendar? Calendar dates. DDDD.
Will it work if you don't do format?
No, what you are doing, that format is to help you extract the day out of it.
Okay.
So it's, because it may not have direct formula to do it. So if I take my week name here and now say, okay. Now you see, for example, this one now, Friday to, is that how you want it to be arranged? Week name, is that how it's supposed to be arranged? So
No, Monday.
I'll go back there and now say, okay, you see this week name, I want to sort it by what now? Sort by what? Sort by what?
Day of week.
Day of the week.
Day of week. Day of week. So if I come back here now, I say week name. Can you see that? And I'll say, okay, let me see which day of the week do I spend the most. Then I can now plot my charts, or I can just compare. I can now see what's happening. All right. Okay, I think that's fine. So I hope we're okay with this now, right?
Yes.
So when we come
Yes, sir.
next, we'll go into team. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I have to go and join us.
Please share
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you,
Francis.
sir.
I believe we didn't measure, right?
Yeah.
The
Okay.
recording, please.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's fine. All right.
Could you please share the recording?
No, the record once it's available now. Once it's available, IJ will update this file now.
Okay, but we don't have like those of us in my 11. We are
Okay,
not
see,
in.
IJ,
Yeah, just send me your WhatsApp
IJ,
message.
please drop your what? IJ, please drop your number so they can message you in case they need to reach out to you.
Okay.
They
Yes.
can have a
Okay,
contact.
sir.
They just drop it here now before we close.
All right. Thank you.
That's fine. So you see this that try and practice. So try and practice.
That's we leave you.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, AJ, the number, please. We're waiting. I am waiting.
All right. So I think I'm not the host now, so I can leave now, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dr.
All right,
Francis.
guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
All right, bye.
Muki, bye-bye. Farah.
Oga
Olawale
Moses.
Adeyemo.
Well done
Well-
for roll call. Thank you.
Lukman Asimolowo.
I
Thank you.
just try to
Pastor
update
Moses.
that list and share.
Pastor Moses.
Pastor Kev
Pastor
from where?
where? What pastor? Those of us that are pastors, you know
Thank you,
ourselves.
AJ. Thank you,
What?
everyone.
What is the Reverend Father? Reverend brother. Bye-bye, everyone.
Reverend child.
Okay,
IJ,
bye.
I've sent you hello on WhatsApp. Oh.
Okay. I'll forward it to you once it's available.
No, not this one. Even previous materials, please.
Okay, ma'am.
I think you wanted to add us to the WhatsApp group.
Right now, that's not the protocol. So you're in member 11, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so the WhatsApp group is usually restricted to only DA club members. So since you guys are new and you haven't joined the club yet, you haven't joined any club in LBS.
Yes.
So when Jacinta gives you the form, sends you the form to your email to choose 2 clubs,
Okay.
you pick DA club, Data Analytics Club, as one of the clubs. Then she will add you to our WhatsApp group.
I see. That's how it works. All right. Thanks for that.
But for now, I can be sending stuff to you until then.
Okay. All right. I've chatted you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.